Good evening. Henry, how are you doing?
You know how it goes. It could always be worse. The war might be over, but the stench of it doesn't fade so easily. And more to the point, how are you, sir? I'm sorry you had to abandon your fortress.
It breaks my heart, too. To think I wanted to get out of here not long ago. Foolishness. But that's behind us now. Life goes on.
Anyway, sir, I don't mean to be rude, but I doubt you just want to ask how I'm doing.
No. You're right. Let me get to the point. I need help with something, but I have no one to ask. Even though I know you have a lot on your plate.
Well, I'd be happy to offer my services. What's it about?
An old friend of mine reached out to me, Albik of Unichov. Does the name ring a bell?
I know he's a healer. When one of the knights got wounded during the tournament in Kuttenberg, he really took good care of him.
Physician would be the more accurate term. But even that barely does him justice. He's one of the greatest scholars of our age, and also King Wenceslas' personal physician. It's whispered at court that the king has fallen seriously ill while imprisoned in Vienna.
Sigismund focuses on plundering his kingdom, and Wenceslas's health hardly seems to concern him, does it?
Maybe.
Damn. That does sound serious.
When Master Albik heard about it, he decided to act.
He wants to go all the way to Vienna to see the king?
No. For now, he's heading to Sedlec. Abbot Jan holds considerable influence at Sigismund's court. Albik wants to visit him and ask for his intercession.
Makes sense. You can't just show up in Vienna and knock on the door.
A mediator is needed. Only, I don't know if Albik chose the right man. The abbot is a politically shrewd figure and might well use Albik's visit to his own advantage.
Can you tell me more about the abbot? Sorry, but it sounds like you're afraid of him. I met him once, too, but I didn't get a bad impression.
You know Abbot Jan?
Not quite. We had dealings once. Something with bones. But never mind that. Go on.
Look, Henry, every high-ranking cleric's a politician in his own way. What worries me about Abbot Jan is what he ascribes his authority to. Others claim their vocation is divine will. He sees it somewhat the other way round.
I don't really get it.
It's only natural for an abbot or a bishop to question the morality of his acts. One must act, even if it means confession and penance later. Abbot Jan, though, seems to think that his every move and scheme is divine will itself, and that could be dangerous.
And how does all this concern me?
As I said, it's a matter of security. God forgive me, our king's health is of course above all. But right now, I'm more worried about Albik. It took some effort, but I convinced him to wait, at least until I find him a reliable escort. And believe me, it wasn't easy. That mule's got a scholar's head, but it's a stubborn one.
What's that got to do with you?
Albik and I go way back. He's been living over the Alps for a few years, studying at the university in Padua. As soon as I heard about Wenceslas, I asked him to come back. It's a serious matter, and when it comes to the king's health, he's the best there is. But I didn't expect him to act so rashly.
So, if I've got this straight, you want me to escort Wenceslas's court physician to the Sedlec monastery, where they don't usually let anyone in, and the abbot is as thick as thieves with Sigismund, so Albik, who was dead set on going himself, can try to get access to the imprisoned Wenceslas.
No, actually, yes, that's exactly it.
All right, I'll go with Albik. Last time I was at the monastery, it was, quite an experience.
Experience?
That's a long story. So what do you want me to do?
Stop by Albic's place, will you? He lives across the street with the quack. And give him this letter so he knows I'm sending you in person.
Tarmark, apothecary. All right, I'll go find him.
Good luck. I'll be in your debt.
Organizing another collection for repairs to the fortifications.
Are they out of their bloody minds? They had two collections just like it already. And there are still... holes in the walls.
That's true. But what good are fortifications you can't defend?
Write down his name and his donation, so you can be sure that all...
Greetings to you two.
I was just about to close up shop. You got here just in time. Grüß dich. Was wünschst du?
I'm looking for Master Albic. I heard he lives here.
That's right, but he's not in at the moment. What do you want from him?
I've got a letter for him from Lord Peter of Pisek. Do you know when he'll be back?
No idea. He went over to the neighbors in quite a rush. The women of the house sent for him. Apparently, their mate's unwell.
Albic is treating a common maid.
Well, that's just the kind of man he is.
Who are these neighbors?
Just townsfolk, same as any around here. They live 2 doors down towards the square.
That's all I needed. Thanks.
Mein Freund.
Should I kick the door in?
No. But if he...
There's nothing to see here.
This should be the house Albic
Where
went
are
to.
you, old man? There
What's going
goes
on at the
another bloody day. Wasting time in there on some
Sticking up your bum.
Genius.
Pure
It's hard to believe
The
this.
tournament's supposed to be a celebration of the city. Oh, you poop.
Albert, come up. I'm not waiting here till doomsday. Come on out with you. We don't wanna...
Perhaps it would help too. Or maybe... No, no.
Master Albic? Shh. I was sent by...
I don't know how you got in, but be quiet now. Take a deep breath. All right. Your breathing is improving.
It still hurts in the chest, sir. Like a horse sat on me.
A nettle compress will get your blood flowing. It'll ease off. Ribs aren't broken and the lungs sound clean. I have a potion made for you. Take it every morning and night. and stay in bed for a few more days.
But, sir, who'll see to the house? Who'll cook? My mistress won't allow.
I'll speak with her. What you need is rest. Thanks for waiting. I don't like being disturbed when treating patients. So, what can I do for you? Are you feeling unwell?
Me? No. Lord Pisek sent me to see you.
Ah, I think I know what this is about.
If I may ask, what's wrong with her?
She suddenly collapsed with chest pain, passed out while carrying a bucket from the well.
I hope she gets better soon.
Me too. But you didn't come about her, did you?
What's the ruckus out there?
Just another rich man trying to force his way in. Refuses to accept that coin isn't everything.
You refuse to treat him?
Not at all. I'll see to him when I've got time.
I'm here as a messenger. Sir Peter of Pisek gave me this letter for you.
Really? Let's have a look.
Here it is. My name's Henry, and Lord Pisek says I should escort you to the monastery in Sedlitz.
Yes, yes. Peter and I had a bit of a disagreement about this matter last time. Look, Henry, I appreciate your offer, but I don't think I require your services. Either way, you delivered the letter, and I am sure Lord Pisek will reward you for that.
I heard you intend to ask at the monastery to help you get access to King Wenceslas. Is that true?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm worried about his health, and I hope Abbot Jan might intercede on my behalf.
You think Sigismund would listen to the abbot?
It's a chance, and my conscience won't let me waste it.
Are you seriously not afraid to go to the monastery alone? You do know Sigismund has taken up there, don't you?
Sigismund? He's gone already.
It may not be only him. Don't forget his influence. You can never be sure who to trust.
I don't believe Sigismund would do anything to me. He has no reason to. And he doesn't act rashly. In a way, he actually owes me. Still, I wouldn't want to count on that.
You really expect me to just walk away?
Well, if you feel that... What the hell is that racket?
Hey! Albec!
Christ, give me strength. Another bunch of impatient wretches. Perhaps it's time I finally had a proper word with them.
Get out here, you piss fart!
Well, they don't look much like the debating sort.
That's unfortunately true. On the other hand, it was fortunate Lord Pisek, despite my objections, sent me a personal guard, right?
You mean me?
Who else? Come on, in the worst case, I'll just see what you're made of.
So, you finally decided to come out. About time. I won't be kept waiting in the street like some mangy mutt.
I've told you several times already. I'm busy.
Because you're wasting time on some wench instead of helping someone who actually matters.
No person is more important than any other.
Ha! For your own good, I'll pretend I didn't hear that nonsense.
Have you lost your mind? You do realise you're threatening the royal physician? All it takes is one word, and you're off to the scaffold.
What?
You mean the king?
Who else? The Kingfisher?
Bloody hell. Corva, fuck!
Look, it's not that big a deal, right? We'll be on our way. Sorry to bother you, Master Albic.
It's all right. God be with you.
And with you. Forever and ever.
Well, that's that.
I must say, you surprise me, Henry. And pleasantly so. Perhaps your company might come in handy at the monastery after all. What do you say? Will you come with me?
Yes. Let's go.
I'll just grab a few essentials. All right, then. I think we can go. I've got everything I need. And you?
I'm ready too. Let's go.
Off we go.
Father Abbot.
Albec, my friend. Christ be praised. Master Albec, welcome. I admit I didn't expect we'd meet again so soon.
But at the Italian court, I told you I needed to speak to His Majesty.
I know, of course. But after what happened, and now with what's going on here, nonetheless, King Sigismund has already returned to Hungary.
My friend, we both know your influence reaches well beyond the monastery walls.
And so does yours. In any case, you can gain access to Sigismund's court on your own. We both know how. That matter still hasn't been settled, Albec. The king cares about it.
Actually, forgive me. These are grave matters concerning His Royal Majesty. Can we speak privately somewhere?
I'd like that, but I'm afraid things are rather complicated right now.
Well, what's going on, my friend? You seem a little uneasy.
I am. There are 3 seriously ill patients in the infirmary, gravely ill, and I fear the worst.
The Black Death?
Sadly, we can't rule it out. And I say that as someone who's lived through one outbreak already, and survived.
Where would it have come from? The monastery is isolated. Few are allowed inside the cloisters.
Before King Sigismund decided to stay here, we took in many folk fleeing his army. We gave those poor souls food, shelter. Some of them washed in clean water for the first time in weeks.
And in poverty, hunger, and filth, all sorts of illnesses thrive.
On top of that, there's construction going on inside the church. There are all sorts of craftsmen and laborers in the monastic courtyard.
And who are these 3 patients?
2 are members of the monastery, Confessor Stephen and Brother Yaroslav, who works in the scriptorium, and one of the maidservants.
That doesn't make any sense. How could all 3 of them get infected?
When the plague strikes full force, it's swift.
That's not what I meant. You said yourself one of the sick is a maid. And as far as I know, women aren't allowed in the cloister.
True. So how could she have caught it along with 2 monks?
That, alas, I don't know.
Well, does it look like the plague?
You think I'd be alarmed over nothing?
Forgive me, Father. What are we going to do, Albic?
We'll go and see to the sick, of course. Then there'll be no reason we can't speak to the abbot in private about our matter.
Very well.
Thank you, Albic, for volunteering. I wouldn't have dared ask it of you.
No need to thank me. I'm a physician. And there are people here in need of help. Not only those in the infirmary. If we can rule out plague, that may put your mind at ease too.
That's what I'm praying for. And of course, I'm open to discussing that matter of ours later on. I'll have a room prepared for you right in the infirmary. Brother Benedict, one of our novices, is there, and will tell you all you need to know.
Thank you. But I'd like to ask one small favor. I've been here many times before, but Henry's here for the first time. Would one of the brothers be able to show him the monastery? I'd rather he not get lost like I did all those years ago.
Of course. If you'd like, Henry, just ask Brother Petramil. I just spoke with him before you arrived. He'll show you around and gladly answer any questions.
Thank you, Father.
Very well. We've talked long enough. Let's get to work. Will you come with me to the infirmary, Henry? I don't have all day.
Brother Petramil?
Yes, and you are?
My name's Henry. I'm accompanying Albic of Unichov. The abbot said you'd show me around the monastery.
Of course. The monastery grounds are extensive, and I'm glad you're open to advice on getting around. Would you like to go now?
Yes, please.
Our monastery was the first Cistercian monastery in Bohemia, and is thus the mother of all our order's monasteries in these lands. This is the gate to the monastery. Within the monastery grounds, you'll find the workers' dwellings, farm buildings, and fish ponds. And on the far side of the monastery, we've got an orchard and gardens.
I saw quite a few knights here. Do they live here?
Those are brothers of the Teutonic Order. The abbot offered them lodging while they're gathering resources in Kuttenberg for their next campaign.
How long are they supposed to stay?
No one knows. But it doesn't look like they're in any great hurry. This is the kitchen. From here, Salarius Julian oversees the state of the monastery stores and the meals for the brothers.
Good to know where to come if I get hungry.
Yes. But please, try not to speak with the other brothers too much.
Why not? Have they taken a vow of silence?
The rule of Saint Benedict encourages the cultivation of silence. The brothers shouldn't be chatting idly, but rather turning their minds to work and to God.
What if I need something?
In case of need, of course you may speak to them. But for ordinary tasks and objects, we've developed our own gestures. You don't need to learn them, though. As a guest, you won't need access to such things. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad.
This is our monastery library and scriptorium. Brother Crispin, our librarian, does a splendid job. Our collection may not be the largest, but it's exceptionally colorful.
Can I borrow any books here?
Yes, but please try not to take them out of the library. We already have trouble with brothers not returning them. I think I myself might have a forgotten volume or two in my cell.
Can I help with that?
That's up to Brother Crispin. But it's true he's overburdened and sorely short of time. Try asking him.
All right, I'll check with him. If Albic doesn't need me urgently.
That would be kind of you.
May God give you health,
let's
sir.
move on.
I'm sorry.
This is the chapter hall. Here, Abbot Jan receives important visitors and pilgrims.
You mean like when Sigismund came?
Of course. That was the most important visit, and duty of recent years.
And what was his visit like?
We barely noticed His Majesty. He had his own wing for himself and his retinue. We're now returning it to a more appropriate state for the monastery's needs. Until then, it remains closed.
Have you had any other such visitors recently?
When Sigismund left, his court physician, Master Zacharias, remained.
And what does he do here?
He's assisting Brother Benedict in the infirmary, and also teaching him new things. So, why exactly has your master come?
That's not for me to reveal. And anyway, aren't monks supposed to keep out of worldly affairs?
That's hard to do when the abbot invites the world through our gates. Let's continue the tour. Please, follow me.
Heavenly Father, for all the grace... My respect!
Benefactors.
Next, we'll visit the beating heart of our monastery. Please, ignore the ongoing work.
I spend my days working my feet bloody.
Forgive me. I haven't slept much. My blanket has been chewed up by mice, and I've been begging for a new one.
Welcome to the Church of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. It's the pride of our monastery, and the dominant landmark of the region.
What's with the hole in the floor?
Yes. That's one of the hazards of ongoing repairs. But that's not something a guest need concern himself with.
I don't mind. Tell me.
There's not much to tell. During repairs, the floor collapsed into the cellar spaces, and we're working on fixing it.
Oh, come on. There's got to be more to it. A cellar under the church? Storing onions on sacred ground?
Not onions, but bodies. Beneath the church is a crypt where abbots and other esteemed benefactors of the monastery are laid to rest.
I see why you wouldn't want to spread that around. It doesn't look like a good omen.
It certainly doesn't. Perhaps we should leave the laborers to their work and move along.
Let's move on.
Did you notice the cemetery by the monastery when you arrived?
Hard not to. It's enormous.
Yes.
Greetings.
For a long time now, people have traveled even from far and wide to bury their loved ones here.
Why here, of all places?
Over a century ago, Abbot Heidenreich went on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and brought back soil from Christ's tomb. Since then, people have come here in great numbers. After the plague and the wars of recent years, their numbers have only grown. We recently built the ossuary to have a place to lay the dead. These cells are reserved for brothers who hold an official position in the monastery.
And which cell is yours?
If you come through the garden gate, it's the first cell on the right. But I spend most of the day making rounds around the monastery, or assisting the abbot, who has his office above us.
Where does that gate lead?
To the garden surrounding the monastery. If you ever crave solitude and natural beauty within the monastery walls, do not hesitate to visit.
Why are they here, specifically?
The abbot's study is upstairs, so we can be close at hand.
Should we move on?
Please, this way. Next, I'll show you the abbot's chapel.
Won't the abbot mind?
Apparently not. The Right Reverend instructed me to give you as thorough a tour of the monastery as possible, including the chapel. He said ignorance mustn't hinder your ability to assist your master. The last part of our tour. This chapel is where the abbot himself prays. The painting above the altar shows Archangel Michael weighing souls on a scale. We see sinners cast to hellish beasts and pious souls rising to the gates of heaven.
Weighed against what?
Sins against acts of humility, sacrifice, and labor. A humble and disciplined life.
And that's enough?
Sin isn't easily redeemed. It must be repaid with good deeds. Or so it ought to be, at least. I'll now take you to Master Albic in the infirmary. Please follow me. And here's the infirmary, where you'll find Master Albic. Anything else you'd like to ask?
Are there any other interesting places you haven't shown me?
What exactly are you helping Master Albic with?
Mostly I make sure Albic has everything he needs.
Then I'm sure you'd enjoy meeting Brother Crispin in the library. He has books that might prove useful to you both.
Are there places I'm not allowed?
Aside from the wing once occupied by King Sigismund, you're free to move about the entire monastery. But please, speak with the brothers only when necessary.
I'd say I know everything I need. I'll go and check what Master Albic needs.
Good luck. And God be with you.
And with you.
It's your bloody fault anyway. Oh, I struck you first, and that should have ended the duel, but no. You just had to have the last blow, didn't you?
Bullets! I hit you first. Just by a hair, but it still counts.
So, this is the Confessor. What do you make of it, Henry?
That's two more of you than I care for.
He looks worn out. Doesn't even notice us. Whatever is wrong with him is clearly taking a toll.
Exactly. At his age, any illness hits far harder than it would a young and healthy man. Well, the good news, I suppose, is that he's not in agony. Pain's part of life, but no one deserves to suffer too much.
Really? No one? I could name a few exceptions.
A patient isn't a friend or foe. He's a person, like you or me. A person who needs help.
All right. So, is it the plague? Or...
Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but...
Albek? Albek of Unichov?
Zacharias? What are you doing here?
Wherever His Majesty goes, I must follow. You know how it is. But why aren't you in Padua, studying? Have you been missing your homeland?
I was summoned home for urgent matters. And since I'm here, the abbot asked for my help.
Ah, yes. This plague he's so afraid of.
Plague? Do you believe it? Am I such a poor teacher?
Of course not. But until now, it was just my word against the abbot's. In other words, I am truly glad you're here, my friend.
Henry, allow me to introduce Master Zacharias of Prchatsitz. He once studied under me, but became a trusted friend, and eventually the personal physician of King Sigismund.
You flatter me, Albek. The road to that post was a good deal more torturous than you make it sound. And you are...
Henry of Skalitz. I'm here at the command of Sir Peter of Pisek, serving as Albek's aide.
The Lord of Sukdol wouldn't even have let me come here without a proper escort. And I'm the one who's supposed to be stubborn.
Quit complaining. You might find an aide like him more useful than you think. Anyway, this here is Dinesh. He didn't come entirely of his own will either, but he's proven a reliable man.
Dinesh Latskvi. Gentlemen?
Well then, now we all know each other, shall we finally return to the matter of the patients? Zacharias, I presume the abbot summoned you for the same reason as me.
Aye, though I've only had time to merely examine them all.
So what did you find out?
All three share the same symptoms. It begins with weakness, then comes fever, rash, and later bloody diarrhea. By far the best off is the confessor here. He can still talk. The maid and the translator from the scriptorium are much worse. They sleep most of the day. And when they do speak, it's nonsense, because they're delirious with fever.
Right. In that case, first we need to bring down the fever. Have they given you anyone to assist?
Yes, Benedict. He's a novice and a bit odd, but he knows more about alchemy than most.
We'll need linen and clean water for compresses. Pre-boiled water is best. Have you got chamomile decoctions?
Benedict brews a fresh batch every evening.
And what are they feeding them?
Mostly bread, fruit. Yesterday they had fish, but they haven't eaten much of it.
That doesn't sound like proper food for the sick. If they've got a fever, they need to be drinking a lot, don't they?
You're right. This is no good at all. They might as well be feeding them dry pretzels. They should be getting something light and nutritious, ideally in liquid form. Broths, stews, thin porridge.
Agreed. Dinesh will speak to Solarius Julian. You know the way to the kitchen, right?
Consider it done.
Then fetch herbs from Joachim. I gave him a list of what we'll need.
Gentlemen?
Joachim, you say? Well now.
Who's this Joachim? You know him?
The monastery herbalist. He lives in a hut in the garden behind the infirmary. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him too much. He's a grumpy old fellow.
You say that because you don't know him. I'll tell you more about him, Henry. But we have more pressing concerns right now.
Can I help in any way?
The best thing you could do is find out what the patients were doing before they ended up here. Diseases spread through foul air. So if we find where the three of them were breathing the same air, we'll find the source of the infection too.
Who should I start with?
If I were you, I'd start with the confessor. He's the only one still lucid enough to speak. Better hurry. He might take a turn for the worse any moment.
Who should I ask about the maid?
As far as I know, her name's Blezhna. She gets her work assignments from Steward Zdenek. So I'd go and speak to him. And apparently, she's got a friend here. She might know something too. Try and find her.
Who might know the monk who was translating in the scriptorium?
Everything to do with books is handled by the librarian. His name's Crispin. He likes the sound of his own voice, but if you're patient, he might tell you what our patient was working on.
Can I help with anything else?
No, that's more than enough now.
Once you've found something, come back. Maybe we'll have figured out more by then.
How do you feel?
Like I'm turning inside out.
Don't worry. I'll let you rest. But first, I need to know who you've been seeing lately. And where.
What? Why?
Because we need to find out where and how you got infected.
What's that got to do with the others?
The sickness spreads through foul air. Anyone breathing the same air as you might be at risk.
You sound like you know what you're talking about. And I believe you've got your reasons. But I'm a confessor. I can't. I mustn't break the seal of confession or tell you what anyone confided in me.
I'm gonna die of boredom in here. Can't you at least be quiet while you do it?
But this isn't just about you.
Exactly. It's about the souls I help unburden of their sins. And the trust I'd be betraying.
And what about those who never got the chance to confess? What if they catch the sickness and die? Don't their souls matter to you?
It's not that. But I don't know how to help you.
Can't you at least point me in the right direction?
Perhaps you're right. I could at least point the way. There's something that might be connected to this dreadful sickness. Look in my cell. It's the one beneath the abbot's chamber, opposite the spiral staircase. Here's the key. I think you'll find something there that might help you.
What am I looking for?
That you'll have to find out for yourself.
I understand. I won't pressure you. Get some rest.
Wait, please. Do you think that I might ask you for something?
What is it?
I'd like to have some flowers. Something living to cover up the ever-present stench of decoctions.
What would you want flowers for? You'd be better off brewing a fever remedy from them.
Do I need a reason? I just like them. Their color, their fragrance. That's what I miss the most here.
I'll see what's growing nearby and bring you some. It'll brighten the place up a bit at least.
Thank you, lad.
Young man, could we borrow you for a moment?
What's going on here?
It's about Slavek not knowing when to stop.
Shut it, Yeshek! And you, young lord, what's your name?
I'm Henry. And I'm no lord.
All right then, Henry. Do you think you could settle this for us?
We were having a training duel. Servant Brother Carl makes sure we don't grow idle here. Well, Slavek thinks he struck me first. I say it was the other way round.
You're looking pretty battered for a training duel.
Yeah, once we get going, it's no laughing matter. We've both got a bit of a temper.
Either way, the fight should have ended the moment I hit you. If it had been a sharp blade, you'd be dead.
Bullocks.
How did it happen from your point of view, Yashek?
We were having a training duel, but it wouldn't be Slavik if he didn't run his gob the whole time. I didn't give a toss until he started insulting my ma. I won't have anyone doing that in front of me.
That's serious. What did he say?
That she squints, and I've got it from her. I warned him to shut his gob or he's done for. I gave him a jab in the shoulder, well-placed and educational, to end the fight then and there. But he got all riled up and came back at me.
That's a load of crap. He pounced at me out of nowhere. I was only defending myself.
I still want to hear what Slavek has to say.
Now that's more like it. We just wanted to warm up a bit. Attack, block, attack, block. But Yeshek completely lost it. Left lower cut, lunge at the knee, then straight for the ribs from the right. All at full force, like he was trying to kill me. So I shout, "Ease up, have you lost your fucking mind?" And the idiot goes even harder. So I smacked him one. What else was I supposed to do?
Where exactly did you hit him?
Where do you think? Right on the skull. I blacked out for a moment, but then I just saw red.
Yeah, he looked like he'd completely snapped. He swung and... Ow! Bloody hell! He struck down at me with a full swing straight to the collarbone.
Oh, come off it. You're making half of that up.
This bickering of yours is tiring. I'll tell you what I think, but then you'll both shut up. All right? Doesn't matter who struck first. It was a training fight.
Oh, it hurt like a real one.
Yeah, I'll have a scar across half my head because of it.
If either of you knew a master strike, you might have come off a bit better. Or at least one of you would have.
Master strike?
Your armed brethren probably call it a Meister howl. You deflect an attack and strike your opponent in one move.
Oh, don't give us that. Nothing beats a good solid smack in the teeth.
My thoughts exactly. We could still have a bout though, eh, Yeshek? Once they let us out.
I'm still pissed at you over the last one.
Oh, come on. I didn't mean that stuff about your ma. I've never even seen her. And anyway, I'm glad I ended up in the infirmary with you. What more do we need?
Yeah, no Ludov breathing down our necks day in, day out.
Who's Ludolf?
Our commander. Tough, strict, but fair.
He's the only real knight among us, really. Came from Marienburg. That's a castle belonging to the Order. It's supposed to be massive.
I'd love to see it one day. I haven't set foot outside Bohemia in my whole life.
Don't worry. You'll see it when we march out of here. But till then, we're stuck here for a while.
Well, I wish you both a swift recovery. I'll be off now.
Thanks. By the way, if you run into Brother Carl, tell him not to take it to heart. We brought it on ourselves. He's a good man. And if you wanted, I'm sure he'd let you train with us at the camp. Just tell him you know us.
But watch yourself, so you don't end up like the two of us. I don't think Carl could take that.
I'll keep that in mind.
And Henry, before you go, I have one more favor to ask. When they were carrying me here, I dropped my purse somewhere along the way. A nice one, made of leather. Could you look for it? It had all my coin in it, but I can barely stand, let alone go searching.
Do you at least know where you lost it?
They dragged me along the path by the ponds. At one point, I got snagged on some bush, so they were yanking me back and forth. And I reckon that's when the purse got shaken loose. It was near that stone well in front of the main entrance to the church.
All right, I'll have a look. Maybe no one's picked it up yet.
Thanks. I'd be grateful.
Try to calm down first. Where did you...
What's the matter? Do you need me to take you to the infirmary? You're writhing around like a worm in salt.
Forgive me, I have a fever of decoction brewing and, It needs straining.
I can't feel my legs or my back. Just a burning pain so bad, even the devil would ask for a cold cloth.
Is there anything I can help you with, good wife?
Who are you calling good wife? The name's Maddie, and no, only a sawbones can help me. Or the Reaper, maybe.
Then it's your lucky day. Because I'm a bit of both. Tell me what's bothering you, Maddie.
Well, it hurts like hell. Here, below my belly. It feels like a couple of hounds fighting over a piece of bacon. And the Holy Brother over there won't help. Says it's a woman's issue. Only I'm regular as a Vesper's bell. This is something else.
That's a vivid description. How long has it been hurting?
Well, it started the day before yesterday, and it's only gotten worse since then. And I've tried everything. Calamus, yarrow. I even prayed to Saint Benedict and rubbed garlic on my stomach. I even tried hanging from a ladder upside down so it could pass through me. All for nothing. And I almost bashed my head getting down.
What were you doing before it started hurting?
Working like a dog I was. Who said I wasn't? Zdeněk? All right, so I sat down on the stairs, just for a little while. My legs were killing me. Besides, those stairs were bloody hard. And ice cold too. It's a wonder I didn't freeze in place.
All right, enough. I get it. All right. I'll try to help you somehow. If you sat on cold steps for a while, you might have caught cold from below.
Whatever it is, I just want it to stop hurting. Sakura. Let them rinse me out with holy water for all I care. Or at least tie a knot in my guts, or I swear they are gonna come spilling out.
Wait here. I'll stop by the infirmary. I'm sure they'll give me something to help you.
God bless you. Not many folks would make the effort. Every drop burns like hot oil. Why is the Lord punishing me?
I saw you came here with Master Albic. I suppose that would make you his assistant?
I'm more like his personal guard. My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Benedict the Novice, but I reckon the abbot already told you that.
Yes. He said you would show us to our lodging, as well as the infirmary.
Your room is at the other end of the infirmary. It'll be the door on the left. There's an alchemy workshop in the other room. Master Albic should find everything he needs there. Though if he needs any fresh herbs, there's also the monastery's garden. Brother Joachim, our herbalist, would be more than happy to help him.
Good to know. Thank you. Benedict, I need your help.
You too? Lord in heaven!
It isn't for me. This girl who helps out around the sties has stomach pains.
I see. I told her I can't help her. Not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm not educated in women's issues. Understandably, there aren't many books on the topic in the monastery's library. And to tell you the truth, she was a bit frightening.
This isn't about her time of the month. She says it hurts when nature calls. That can affect men just as well as women.
Perhaps, but I still truly don't know how to help. Maybe Master Albic would know, or you can try the monastery's library.
Thanks, brother. Master, I need your advice. A girl is feeling ill, and you're the only one who might be able to help. It's a bit, unusual.
Another fallen ill. And another girl, no less.
She's not infected. Her belly hurts. That is, below her belly. She says it comes from below.
What, exactly?
The pain, I mean. Unless she's the best liar I've seen, she says it burns like hell.
Yes, but are we talking about ulcers, fistulas, swelling of the lower intestine, or perhaps inflammation of the uterus?
She said it started after she'd been sitting on some cold steps.
Cold steps, you say? I wonder. Of course! This is just like the case Trotter of Salerno wrote about. Coldness in the lower abdomen, inflammation of the urinary tract accompanied by sharp pains. This can lead to bladder distension or pelvic congestion.
Aye. It sounds like all that's happening while we're standing here talking about it.
You don't see a case like this every day. I'll have to write down all my findings in detail.
So do you know what to do? You've treated this before?
Not at all. I've never come across something like this. Most women sort out their problems with the help of herb women, whispering into the water and brewing potions according to the stars. Usually, they only come and see a studied physician when it's already too late.
Well, she went to see Benedict, but he seemed even more flustered than she was.
I'm not surprised. Only a handful of physicians have read De Curis Mulierum, even though it has so much knowledge to offer.
So how can I help Maddie? The poor girl is suffering like a wounded animal.
Of course. This calls for a concoction with soothing and diuretic effects. Here's the recipe. Brew it with care. She should feel relief almost immediately, but I've heard it may cause delirium and facial twitching. Like I said, I haven't tried it myself.
All right. Thank you. You mentioned you know the herbalist, Joachim.
Don't think we're old friends or something of the like. We met once during my last visit to the monastery before my journey to Padua. When Zacharias mentioned him, I was glad to hear Joachim was still alive. He's growing a bit long in the tooth, you see.
So, you don't really know each other?
It's mainly my friend, Oswald Torvald, that knows him. He's the one that told me about Joachim originally. They've known each other for years, and though Joachim lacks a formal education, Oswald still learned much from him. They write to each other frequently, and he visited Joachim several times. But his work won't allow him to anymore.
I see. So what's this Joachim like?
He prefers to focus on his work rather than engage in conversation. Though when he does let someone get close, he can be friendly. And if you need help, he rarely hesitates to lend a hand.
Since we're spending time together, why don't you tell me more about yourself?
Sigismund Albik of Unichov, Doctor of Medicine of the Prague University and Doctor of Law of the Padua University. Personal physician and advisor to His Royal Highness King Wenceslas in matters of law and personal affairs alike. Though if you're interested in the specifics of my career, I'd recommend asking someone more knowledgeable who can appreciate the complexity of my journey from a bachelor's degree in the liberal arts to the royal court.
How did you come to treat King Wenceslas?
My talents and abilities speak for themselves. Not long ago, when I returned to Prague from Padua, word quickly got out that a capable physician had arrived. People started coming to me with all sorts of troubles. Then one day, the royal carriage stopped in front of my home. We rushed to Perglitz, where I found Wenceslas moaning in pain while his alchemists bathed him in various oils.
Which I reckon wasn't of much help.
Not in the slightest. But the treatment turned out to be quite simple. A diet. And its effects were near miraculous. Wenceslas has held me in close regard ever since. He soon learned I was learned in law as well, so I became his personal advisor. A few years ago, I was given a title for my services, as well as the particle of Unichov. As you can see, when you have the reputation of the best physician in the kingdom and knowledge of medicine and law alike, people seek you out on their own.
I hear you've written several books. What are they about?
About medicine. What else? I am most proud of the Compendium Medicinae, a summary of medical knowledge. I wrote it mainly for students and practitioners, but I'm also planning to write a book about health and how to keep healthy. It won't just be advice on how to survive the plague or treat a fever. It'll be a guide on how to live correctly and sensibly, what to eat, when to sleep, how to exercise, what to avoid. I believe that health is not a coincidence, but the result of a sensible lifestyle. Those who know and follow these rules won't need to visit the physician as often, which may be an unpleasant truth to some of my colleagues.
How is medicine in Italy different from Bohemia?
Massively. Though my local colleagues don't like to hear it. In Italy, especially in Padua, emphasis is placed on precise observation, analysis of causes and effects, and above all, prevention. Italians pay more attention to the connection between diet, environment, and health. Something I have tried to introduce here, albeit with limited success. Czechs are used to heavy, fatty foods and rely more on miracles than sensibility. Here, physicians are taken as a last resort. In Italy, a physician's word is law for daily life.
Thanks. I have to go.
Look, I saw how you were loving it.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
That looks like Slavek's purse. I should return it to him. Oh, another cistern. And I still don't know where that water is coming from. Here in the middle of the monastery.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Greetings. What would you like?
You're Brother Crispin, right? I'm here about Yaroslav. I heard he works here as a translator.
Ah, yes. Poor Yaroslav. I pray daily for his recovery. God has blessed him with an extraordinary talent and a sharp mind. It would be a terrible loss if... But no. Such thoughts help no one. And who are you, anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm helping Master Albic in the infirmary.
Very well. What do you want to know about Yaroslav?
Could you tell me, please, where he was staying?
He has a cell in the dormitory upstairs. Go up the stairs in front of the scriptorium and turn right. Then it's the 5th cell from the door.
Thanks. I'll take a look. What exactly was Yaroslav doing here?
He's working on a translation of a book that came to us all the way from Genoa. While he was well, he spoke of nothing else. He knows Latin, Italian, and French. And thanks to his work, we have several valuable translated volumes in the library.
What book was he translating?
It's called the Decameron.
And what's the Decameron about?
I've not read it myself. I'm not as well versed in Italian as Yaroslav. I was waiting for him to finish the translation, but he spoke of it as a groundbreaking work of indescribable value. He even believed it might one day uplift the Christian people beyond their worldly suffering. He was so excited he barely ate or slept, just kept working. I thought it best to let him focus solely on the translation and assigned his other duties to others.
Where did Yaroslav work?
Here in the scriptorium, of course. You'll find his usual place right by the entrance. But be careful, he's got something unfinished there. He's spent so much time on it that it must be nearly done by now. It'd be a shame to ruin it just before completion.
Don't worry. I'll be careful. Who here knew Yaroslav best?
Most likely, Brother Celestine. He helps with copying books too, though he doesn't have nearly the same talent.
Celestine, you say? I should speak to him. Thanks. That's all I needed.
Till we meet again.
Brother Crispin, I need some, reading material about women's matters.
Women's matters? You mean writings about marriage? Calculating dowries? Or cooking, sewing, plucking feathers? Or how Eve listened to the serpent? And how much evil came out of it for the Christian people?
No. I'm talking about infections and inflammations in areas men don't have.
What sort of inflammation do you have in mind?
The kind a girl can get for sitting on cold stone steps for too long. And instead of sympathy, she gets scolded for slacking off.
I don't know of any writings on such matters. But our archives are extensive. Give them a try, why don't you? Till we meet again.
Kitty! Kitty! This book might have something about Maddie's troubles. Oh, sometimes I regret learning to read. The greatest miracle of medicine is that women have even survived this long. It's almost empty. What was Yaroslav working on all those days? Plans of the cellars. What did he need those for?
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
What do you know about Brother Yaroslav? The librarian said you knew him better than anyone.
That's right. We joined the monastery at the same time and just got on somehow.
How does Yaroslav spend his time when he's not in the scriptorium?
Why are you even asking?
Master Albik put me up to it. He's treating him now. He said it might help if we knew more about Yaroslav.
I see. And how is he? Is the treatment working?
It's not looking good so far. He's still delirious. Barely reacts even when someone speaks to him.
God have mercy.
If you tell me what you know about him, it might help him.
What did you want to know?
How does Yaroslav spend his time?
Same as all of us. Work, prayer, studying the scriptures, and sleep. Yaroslav is completely immersed in his books. He's currently translating a new one from Italian. It's called the Decameron. He often stays in the scriptorium late into the night because of it. Shows up for morning prayers with his hands, sometimes even his nose, stained with ink.
Really? Crispin told me how hard-working Yaroslav is, but he's barely translated anything from his latest book.
What makes you say that?
Well, simple. The book is still lying in the scriptorium, and when I opened it, it was practically empty.
That's... You must be mistaken.
Why don't you believe me?
I do. I just don't want you going around and slandering Yaroslav left and right.
That's really not my aim. But I think I might be onto something. I just don't yet know what. And if you won't tell me anything, I'll probably have to ask the librarian again.
Wait. Don't say anything to Crispin.
Oh? And why not?
Because he simply wouldn't understand. Oh dear. Promise you really won't tell anyone.
Word of honor. Now talk.
All right. I just hope Yaroslav forgives me. One night he accidentally woke me. The door to his cell creaks horribly. I already suspected his translation was taking oddly long. So I followed him that night. At first, it looked like he was heading to the scriptorium. But after he went down the stairs, he turned right and went down into the cellars. But when I went in after him, I couldn't see him anymore. I lost him in the dark.
And you've no idea where he might have gone?
Not a clue. As far as I know, it's just barrels of wine down there. And empty wine barrels.
Why didn't you want to tell me?
Because I just don't want Yaroslav to get expelled from the monastery.
Just for going to the cellar? That doesn't mean anything.
What if he was meeting someone down there? Someone no one's supposed to see him with.
What, like a woman?
Well, I once saw him standing in the monastery doorway with some wench, and they looked like they were having a grand old chat.
And where exactly did you lose him? In the cellars?
In the corridor leading to the scriptorum, at the passage to the stairs to the lower level.
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. Has Yaroslav spoken to Brother Stephen recently? About confession, maybe?
I don't think so. Yaroslav doesn't neglect prayer or fasting, but he only rarely resorts to confession.
So you mean he sins, but avoids confessing it?
He hardly sees anything as sin. How can I put it? He chose a life of asceticism, but he's not afraid to live. He once said, "Why would God create the world if he didn't want man to discover it?"
The wench you saw Yaroslav with, was her name Blazhena? Because she's now in the infirmary with that same illness.
I don't know. I was mainly looking at Yaroslav. I don't even know any of the maids by name.
That's enough for now. This must be where Yaroslav got lost when Celestine followed him. There's wine in the air. Someone must have spilled a cask. Someone's walked through the spilled wine. The trail continues here. I can't open this door without a key. Not much here. So that's why the confessor wanted flowers from me. He must like them. More flowers. Where the hell did the confessor get so many valuables? Something doesn't add up here.
My humble respect.
That I'll go to the abbot and say it's in everyone's best interest for the monks to walk around bare-arsed.
No.
Damn it. Now I'll never get that image out of my head.
You'll have to explain something to me. I expected all sorts in your cell, but jewelry? What's the meaning of it?
You'll have to figure that out. I've already told you more than I should have.
That's no help to me. It was all about the jewelry from the start, wasn't it? You sent me to find it.
I didn't send you for anything. You found it on your own.
Thank you, brother. I brought the flowers you asked for.
May the Lord reward you.
Here they are.
Thank you, lad. Would you put them in the jug for me?
Oh.
About that purse of yours.
Yes? Did you find it?
I did. It was lying by the path next to that big bush, just like you said.
Really? Let's see.
Here you are.
That's the one! Thanks, Henry. Here, this for you, for your help. Without that purse, I'd be a beggar. Not much of a reward, I know. You'll probably earn more working with Master Albic.
Oh.
You know what? I'll teach you a trick I picked up recently. Might come in handy one day.
A trick, eh? Go on then.
When a bigger bloke comes charging at you, move quickly to the side and stick out your elbow. Aim just under the ribs. It's a tender spot. If you land it, he'll fold like a sack, wheezing like an old nag.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Oh, I'm gonna die of boredom in here.
Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Gladly. What do you want to know?
You've known Albic for quite a while now, haven't you?
Too long, perhaps. If you know what I mean.
Well, I've only known him for a short time, but I can imagine he's not always easy to get along with.
Aye, old Albic. Don't take me wrong. The man's a real fount of knowledge.
I feel like there's a but coming.
What's more, he's always had the gift that whatever he does, he makes it look easy. It was only when I tried something myself, under his guidance, that I realized how many mistakes could be made. You should have heard the earful he gave me.
When the rat-eye captain, Bernard, gave me my first sword fighting lesson, it ended up similar. He beat me like a dog.
Is that so? But that must have been a long time ago, eh?
Not really. But I suppose I'm a quick learner.
You suppose, eh? If you were recommended for Albic's escort, you must have proved you're worth it.
Is it true that Albic was your teacher?
He was far from the only one. At university, they filled my head with knowledge about alchemy. the origin and use of substances, often accompanied by a dose of philosophy. But it was only with Albec that I understood what practice entails. These years spent with books didn't prepare me for it in the slightest.
I thought Albec fits in more with books and alchemical instruments too.
Appearances can be deceiving. He's a knowledgeable man, but I've never seen him more in his element than when he's caring for his patients. Sometimes he thinks he'll save the whole world with his head full of wisdom. And don't try to argue it with him.
What surprised you most in medical practice?
Hard to say. You get used to the smell of blood and pus eventually. Same with the screams and cries for help. But when someone's child dies in your arms for the first time... Well, that was the first and last time Albec and me got drunk like animals.
Serving as King Sigismund's personal physician must be a huge responsibility, eh?
Responsibility, too. But above all, it's constant alertness. You have to know how to act, but also how to anticipate. And even though it is not talked about, even kings are only human and can still fall gravely ill.
Albec mentioned the two of you treated King Wenceslas once.
That's right. It all turned out fine in the end, but there was a moment even Albec was worried it was beyond his capabilities.
What was wrong with Wenceslas then?
As his physician and confidant, Albec kept it to himself, but I had my suspicions. Now that I care for his brother, I can deduce what's hereditary and what Wenceslas brought upon himself with his, well, let's say, more unrestrained lifestyle.
Is King Sigismund ill?
If he was, I surely wouldn't be discussing it with you. Nonetheless, there's no need to worry. His Highness is in good health. And if anything were to change, I'm never far away.
What do you mean?
A few years back, someone tried to poison the king. They mixed it into his cup of wine.
And he drank it?
Thankfully, I noticed the odd color and sediment at the bottom. They had a waiter try the wine, and, well, I couldn't save him, unfortunately. Since then, there's been a shortage of waiters at the royal court. Strangely enough, nobody wants to do the job.
No wonder. Who's that companion of yours?
Dinesh? That's an odd story, actually. I'm not even sure how he made it to the royal court. Maybe someone originally took him as a prisoner.
You never asked him?
He doesn't want to talk about it, and I respect it. His family doesn't have the best reputation, and Dinesh does well not to associate with them.
His family? What happened?
Ask him yourself. It's not my place to tell you about it.
Did I hear correctly that you're from Prachetiets? How is it there?
My, you have a good memory. Yes, I am. But, to be honest, I left there years ago to go to university and haven't had the chance to go back yet.
So you haven't seen your family since then?
I'd married myself to the king's service. The house went to my sister and brother-in-law, and they are doing well. Years ago, Prachatitz was granted the privilege of trading in salt from Passau by the king. And my brother-in-law knew how to take advantage of that.
My humble respects.
Every drop burns like hot.
About that medicine.
Tell me you've got good news. I feel like I'm being ripped in half.
Here. If it's as strong as it smells, you'll be back in fine fettle in no time.
By all the saints, bless you. That looks like just the potion to set me right. Foy, it smells like you boiled an old boot with rotten garlic, but what have I got to lose? Hang on. It's really settling down.
Does it still hurt?
Not much. Kind of like a farmhand's pay. Oh, this is lovely. Lad, you saved my life. If there were more men like you, there'd be less crying girls in the world. That was a close call. I could almost hear the angels coming. Greetings. Good day.